All right, let's roll.
Hi. Well, welcome back, everybody, to PopPropPod podcast.
Number 11.
Yeah, number 111. We're going to pretend like that's a...
we have a guest, please.
We
Yes,
have
we
a
do.
mortgage expert in the house.
Yes, we have a mortgage expert.
This fine gentleman right here is John Marroni.
John Marroni.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming, dude. We're super pumped that you came. We'll give you a little brief overview about what we talk about.
All right.
Just real estate stuff, random shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Good shit, bad shit.
Yeah, random news that popped up.
Bad brokers, good brokers.
Yeah, we did NAR lawsuit last
we
month.
did. Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that. Talked a little bit about goals and stuff like that. Thinking this time maybe we talk about, some...
Let's talk about mortgages.
Yeah,
We have the expert
you're
here. Can you just explain to us, what is a mortgage?
A mortgage, the actual true definition of a mortgage, let's say you take out a car loan, right? You have an auto loan, and if you don't pay, the collateral is the automobile. A mortgage, you sign a note to borrow the money. The mortgage is the collateral. You're giving up the house in the event that you don't make your payments on time. So mortgage is really a collateral. It collateralizes the actual note to the actual property is what a mortgage is.
Yeah, I heard a mortgage comes from the word to death.
I like that. Yeah.
That's
You owe it to
that's
that,
a Latin
basically,
thing.
yeah.
To death, mortgage.
But realistically, what I understand is if you die, the mortgage still stays on the house.
It does.
So it really doesn't go to death. It goes forever till you pay it.
In fact, if you die, your heirs have the option to continue to make the payments. The note doesn't get called.
Right. Oh, that's excellent.
They just legit take it over at the same interest rates and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty
great.
cool. Yeah. That's a
Smart move.
Yeah, that's a very decent thing.
Yeah.
Imagine like you inherit a house and then you have to get finance for it.
Well, sometimes people have to sell the house to pay the taxes on the inheritance of the house.
That's true.
That's a whole nother chapter, another story. But so mortgage is a mortgage that you get on a loan you get on the property that you're going to reside in typically, or an investment property could be, and which helps you buy the property, right? You would be able to buy it normally without it.
It's leverage.
Leverage, yeah.
Just to talk about how powerful leverage is, right? Let's say someone doing maximum financing, whether they're putting 3% down or 3.5% down. So you think about it, right? Let's say on a $500,000 property or loan, right? You're putting 3% down, right? That's $15,000. And if that increases, let's say one year you got like 10% increase, you just $50,000 on a $15,000 investment. Talk about leverage.
Yeah.
I mean,
you get rich that way, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, right? To make $50,000 in the market, I mean, how much would you have to invest? $500,000?
Right.
You'd also have to get really, really lucky.
Yeah.
When you think about it realistically, how I see it is to become a large real estate investor, developer, you need to borrow money to make that happen. You have a certain amount to start with. You may buy more properties, may go up in value, may refinance and pull out that more money, but it's the only way for you to grow is to keep borrowing money.
Good.
Yeah.
And which is the opposite of what some people feel, that they want to hurry up and pay off their mortgage. They want to get like a 15-year mortgage. I mean, that's fine. It might help them sleep better at night, but in terms of leverage, you're better off with the 30-year fix. Get the lowest payment possible. I knew guys, way back when, they would either want like interest only or less than interest only. We used to have the option arm. The option arm got the bad rap. I think that was the best cash flow management program on the planet. Where
you paid later.
Yeah, let the interest accrue, and then when you sell the house, they pay it off. Now you have all that interest that you can write off. But it got sold the wrong way, and then everything blew up. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah. But I'd say so. Basically, getting a mortgage is a good thing.
Yeah. Even people who buy with cash, they're buying cash, but then they're refinancing and taking 75% out, right?
Yeah, you just talk about getting a mortgage is good. I want to tell you, because I get this all the time when I pull a credit. People say, "Oh, it's going to impact my credits." I said, "No, the algorithms."
Sorry, I hate to break this up, but the dogs moved the camera and we're now looking into another room.
Oh, let's try it again.
I don't know how long ago that was, but sorry. I looked to see how pretty it was, and I wasn't there.
Well, at least we got audio.
Yeah.
We did get audio.
Wow. That's messed up. We had a good run there. That's funny. That's really funny. I'm glad I mentioned that.
And we're back from... God damn. And we're back from technical difficulties.
Yes, technical. We don't
the
know where.
camera's
What,
angle's worse now.
Yes, it is worse.
I gotta go fix it. We'll be right back again.
So we normally don't have these difficulties, but they've never done that before.
All right, maybe they'll be upstairs for a little bit.
Maybe I should just leave them outside.
No, that's a whole nother problem.
Well, yeah, they fuck up the yard, but they don't ever get out.
They used to bang on the door. We're down here.
That's true. They're like, let me in.
It's a whole nother.
Let me in.
But anyways, we'll talk about mortgage debt and how mortgage debt's a good thing in the real estate world. And the great thing about the mortgage debt is the tax write-off, right? So you get to write off the interest. Typically, in a new loan, the first 7 years or so is majority of it is interest on your payment. So you're getting a high tax breaks on those first 7 years of ownership and having that mortgage. So it's a good thing.
Do you want to tell people why it is that most of the interest is paid up front?
I don't want to scare people, but that's because most of the loans are paid off within the first 7 years, and the bank wants to get all their money.
Yeah.
That's basically
the law of compounding.
Mm-hmm.
Really what it comes
AKA, there wouldn't be a bank that would do it if they weren't getting their money up front.
Absolutely. So again, we were talking about getting a mortgage is good. So that's good debt. So the credit report, the algorithms recognize that. So when someone gets a credit pull from a mortgage, it doesn't really impact the credit score. In fact, they even allow you up to 2 weeks. You can shop around other different mortgage companies and have them pull credit. It's not going to impact the credit score because they recognize that it's good debt. Opposed to the opposite is if someone's all of a sudden applying for all these different credit cards, that credit score is going to probably drop 100 points like a rock if they're applying left because they know that, all right, someone's in trouble. They're scrambling to get some money. And then in between is like an auto loan. It's a lot of times you go to the deal and they start shopping around, your score will drop. But at least, you'll get the car.
Yeah.
Anyways. So, it's funny. The second biggest thing that people purchase is an automobile, right? And you think about that process. After they agree upon the price, they sit into the business office. They give him the information. He says, you are approved. It's 9:30 now. We'll have the car washed by 10:30 and you're driving out by 11. I always thought mortgages, buying a house should be the same way. You come into the office and, I approve them. Say, okay, you are approved. We'll have the title done by 11. We're going to close you at noon. We'll have the cleaners at your house at 3. Cable will be set up at 4. Pizza delivered at 5. Moved in at 6. And you got your house, you're sleeping over.
Yeah.
Was it ever like that back in the day?
No.
It was close before TRID. Like California was kind of like that, where you could close on the same day that you applied. Now they have a different process of escrow and all that. So realistically, it might be like a week or two. Nowadays, I think 10 days you could pull it off from start to finish.
That's
but usually I find that something like that, it's usually the seller may not be ready.
Yeah.
To move out that. So
they're not ready.
I'm just paying attention to the microphone levels, making sure that they're good.
Excellent.
Wanted to make sure that
So let's talk about terms.
Yeah.
Loan terms. Loan terms over the years pretty much stayed the same, right? So you got your 15.
Yeah.
You got a 30, and what else is there?
Wait, there's a 40 now, isn't there?
There's always been
I've heard.
40. It comes and goes, and they have interest only, and then of course you have the adjustables.
Wait, I think a lot of people don't know what interest only is. I'd say that's probably the one that's like the trickiest.
There's no principal paid
during principal during how long?
Usually the first 10 years.
The first 10 years, you're not building anything towards your principal?
Well, you're getting appreciation.
You get appreciation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's actually, yeah, it's not bad.
And you're leveraging your money. Let's say, a few years ago, right? You get a mortgage at 3%. So you're borrowing at 3%, put the money in the market, even if you got 4%.
Yeah, you're still coming out on top.
Yeah. They call that an arbitrage. Banks do that.
Hedging their bets.
There's another word for you guys. Arbitrage.
Yeah.
The word of the day is
we might
the letter A. We're brought to you by the letter A.
No, the letter M.
So for mortgages, So we have a little series going on right now where we talk about like different real estate topics.
Yep.
Right, like different real estate terminology, and we just explain what it is. Like I think the last one that we did was LOI, letter of intent.
Yep.
And did it with a commercial guy from DC.
Yep.
But yeah, that might be something that we throw in there, dude.
All right.
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
We got a bunch. There's so much different terminology that like.
Oh my God.
If you don't know, you're just like lost. Like, what do you mean?
The
well, I try to keep it simple. It's like my background. I was an engineer for 8 years. And when I got into mortgages, I was like blown away by the mortgage industry, how they took something so simple of lending money and they complicated the heck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I've brought it down to the simplest thing. Someone comes and says, do I qualify for this mortgage? We have to break the ice. Income, equity. If I know those three things, I know exactly what I can do. Period. So I say we got to break the ice. Income, you don't even need a job to get them.
Yeah.
You just need income. You need to show that it's going to continue for at least 3 years.
Some kind of payments coming in.
Yeah, people could get a mortgage with disability income and other.
Disability, Social Security, pension, alimony, child support, royalties. As long as you can demonstrate it's going to continue for the next 3 years. Notes receivables. You just make your payments on time. And if you don't, we have a VA product that the credit score can go as low as 500.
What?
Yeah. To get your score down to 500 is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Not paying people.
Yeah. And then
that's a mathematical that's an achievement, dude.
That's like forgetting to put your name on the test.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry to all those people who have a 500 credit score.
Well, don't worry, but there is.
How, dude?
Remember with me, it's never no. It's just not yet.
Yeah. Well, it's always that, right? Like
if you work on that credit score and get it back up.
Yeah. If you said that you wanted to do something, you just say, "Oh, hey, listen, I'm not capable of doing it right now, but I will be in the future as long as I set appropriate goals."
Well, I'll tell you, worst case. Let's say someone went bankrupt 2 years ago, and 3 years ago they had a foreclosure. Okay. FHA will do that mortgage. If you're 2 years out of bankruptcy and 3 years out of foreclosure, as long as you reestablish yourself, you just open up credit cards. Tip of the day, there's a site called creditcards.com. Credit cards with an S. You can get any type of credit card no matter what your situation is.
You get a secure one.
That's right. And I always say just use it to buy any everyday stuff that you're going to pay off every month.
Yes.
You buy gasoline, you buy groceries. Bill comes in, you pay it off because you're gonna write a check for that or cash anyways on your living expenses. So worst case, if you 3 years out of foreclosure, you're getting a mortgage with FHA.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. I didn't know that. I thought it was like 7 years or something like that.
Well, credit report, but doesn't mean you can't get anything.
Oh, okay.
In fact, Fannie Mae, it's 4 years bankruptcy. You can get a Fannie Mae loan, even though it shows up.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
See, that's really good to know.
Yeah, so there's a big difference between it showing up on your credit report and us not being able to do anything.
Right.
That's the difference. So, I missed the letter E. Equity. So that's,
what's the equity?
Equity is all about what you're putting for a down payment, and that can come in all kinds of sources. It could be grants. There's a lot of grant programs out there. Down payment assistance.
Gifts. One
Boston
and all that.
And then exactly. So if I know those three things, I know exactly what I can do. But honestly, first question I ask someone is, how much are you budgeting per month for the month? Give me the dollar amount. And then I back into it that way. Because you want the alignment, the expectations to be aligned. I've had a situation where someone sat with me and they said, "Oh, I want to buy a $700,000 house. I want to put minimal down." I said, "Well, how much you want to spend per month?" They go, $800. And I said, we need to realign some expectations here.
Where are you buying, dude? Sugar, don't mess up the camera. Stop it. What do you need? You need to go outside? All right. We'll be right back while I let the dogs out.
All right.
Listen to this brief message.
You guys can chat about sponsors.
Yeah.
So I was saying how the mortgage industry makes it so complicated. So now they hear me say that. They say, "Well, geez, you make it sound so simple. So why is it so complicated?" Well, it's the verification of everything.
Yeah.
It's verifying you are who you say you are. The tax returns that you gave, are they the same that you shared with the IRS? It's I've had.
So what do you need to in general, a person applying for a loan today, what are the pieces of information you need to get them going?
All right. So I want 2 years income documentation. So if they're a W-2 employee, just simply W-2s. Here we are now. So say 2022 and 23. Latest pay stubs. 2 months bank statements. Or of course, if it's going to be a gift, then we just need to source where the funds are coming. That will get me going, period. Once I know what your income is and what we're doing for a down payment, of course, I'm going to pull credit. Then we'll know. Well, I keep it as simple as possible. I don't try to teach people the mortgage business.
No, you don't need to do that.
There's no point in them knowing about it.
It's funny when I talk to people. When I talk to them, I keep it short and sweet, and they're like, "Well, what else?"
I want more information.
Yeah, if you want me to start confusing you, I can.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get you the best rate possible and close as soon as possible. Get your money on time. period. Kind of like what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, nothing different. So a lot of these other products, you know, when we talk about, you know, adjustables, whether it's something fixed for 7 years or 5 years, the reason why these products came, it's all about trying to, you know, lower the payment or lower the interest rate is really what that comes down to. Because, you know, nowadays it's all about cash.
Oh yeah.
You know, and because there are times where people might say, you know, geez, if I sell, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford a new house with these higher interest rates. Really, what they're saying is, I'm concerned about my cash flow.
Yeah.
So if someone's walking away with $200,000, maybe they might have $25,000 in credit card debt, and maybe an auto loan $25,000. And between those two monthly payment, it might be like $1,300. So I would tell them, hey, instead of putting $200 down, put $150 and pay off your car loan and debt. Now you just freed up $1,200 to more than offset the higher rate. And then if the rates drop, you can refinance, free it up. But more importantly, the discussion you had your realtor as to why you're moving should be the most important thing.
Right? Yeah.
You know, not, I don't want to move because the rates are high. No, you just talked about all your dreams, visions, and goals that you want your children to grow up in a certain neighborhood. Well, if you wait for the rates to drop, your children are no longer children. and your plans are gone.
Right.
You know, so
no, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stepped into a house the other day that this lady was renting it out for 22 years. She's been renting out the same place.
Really?
For 22 years. And it's just like, damn, dude. Think about like all the money that she has spent.
Even at $2,000 a month, that's, you know, $24,000 a year.
Yeah.
In 10 years, that's $240,000.
Yeah, $480.
She paid off the landlord's mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely she has, dude. And I mean, like, it's nuts because, you know, she just... I don't know if it was her credit. I didn't really get to chat with her. I didn't know if it was her credit or the fact that she wasn't able to save enough money for, you know, changing. But it's just like some people don't even go for that option. Yeah. They never even check. She might have never checked if she's qualified for her loan.
No.
You know? So it is kind of crazy.
The fact that she's been paying rent all those years, I would have to say yes.
She's probably qualified for a decent loan, dude. Yeah, it's kind of nuts, guys. If you guys are renting, just check to see how much you can apply for. Like how much of a loan you can get. It doesn't take too much of your time, and it's not like it's going to stay on your credit report for a while, right?
No.
You should go speak with a lender, go see if you're approved, and then go look at the homes that are in your price range to see whether or not you want to buy any of them. If you don't, stay where you're at.
Yeah,
but why not? Dude?
Rates
why
mess
not?
with your life.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
date the rate, marry the house.
Rates have been high for 2 fucking years now. Right?
Okay.
They've been high since the end of 2022. Somebody who bought in 2022, like their home is probably worth maybe like 15% more than what they bought it for. So even if they bought something that was just okay, not exactly their dream home, which by the way, just so everybody knows, hardly anyone buys their dream home
on the first go.
Not on their first go. What's the average ownership time frame?
7 years.
Yeah, oddly enough. Yeah. But I mean, like, you know, you just realistically, they could have bought a home in 2022 and used that leverage to get into an even better home once rates drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, too. It's like once, maybe in the beginning it might be a little struggle, but, you know, 3-4 years down the road, that payment all of a sudden becomes that much more comfortable because you're making more money. Like with inflation, your payment's not going up. Maybe taxes are on insurance, but the mortgage payment's not going up. With a 30-year fix, the rent's going up.
Rent raised by 8% this year.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my total mortgage payment now, and it's like it's cheaper than what people are renting a 1-bedroom apartment. You know?
Yeah.
When you think about it, if it goes up 5% a year, 10 years, your rent's doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yep.
And if you bought a place and it's 30-year fixed, 10 years, your mortgage payments, as you say, is pretty much the same.
And more importantly, you can do whatever you want to the house. Paint it any color you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. You Put your holes in. Get creative. Get artsy.
Put your dog door in. Put your cat door in.
That's
You could actually have a cat and a dog.
Oh, my God. That's
right?
amazing.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's
a few other animals, but we won't discuss.
Yeah, no, I don't got any lizards or anything like that in this house.
Rabbits. This is a farm over here.
It is a farm. John, I'm so glad that you actually came and got to see what I live in.
This is great.
This is the environment, dude. I'm just chilling here, and it's pretty good. The dogs keep me company and keep me motivated because I got to feed them. They eat a lot.
They eat a lot.
So I got to make a lot of money for them.
They have to go out a lot.
Yeah.
You know that clothesline there is the most energy efficient appliance you have in here?
Hell yeah, it is, dude.
Call Biden. You got your energy efficient stuff right here.
You should get a tax break for that.
Definitely. The efficiency of this house.
Listen, I don't use the dryer all the time, dude. Sometimes I use a clothesline and we just call it a
the
day.
federal government loves that.
Yeah.
Do you have a bike you're going to hook up to a generator and maybe make some electricity?
That would
while
be
you're-
amazing, right? Like a little stationary bike, one
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Make some electricity.
Keep
Yeah.
pedaling.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That's
Or I
pretty
could put
good.
one of those wheels for the dogs to run in, like a hamster wheel.
Excellent.
That would be
works.
sick. Yeah, we gotta start doing.
So let's
some
talk
things.
about the don'ts while you're applying for a mortgage. Because people
Ooh.
don't realize there's a lot of things you shouldn't do
We had an
while
agent
you're
who
applying
just had something
for
like
a
that.
mortgage.
Yeah.
And people don't realize. So I'll start off with one that I was in the middle of a transaction with a customer, and I think it was 2 days before their closing, and she was just so excited for the house. She said, "You know what? I'm going to quit work today."
Oh, that's a
So
great idea.
she decided that she was going to quit work. She went into work and told her boss what her boss could do with herself, and told everyone to screw, and just a total mess, and cleaned up her desk and left. So the bank calls up the same day to check if she still has a job or likely of employment, and they notified the bank that she just quit.
Yeah.
So she didn't get that long. That deal
No,
died.
no way.
That
Really?
deal
The
died.
bank wasn't like,
So please
power to
don't
you, lady.
quit
That is dope.
your job 2 days before you close on the house.
That's terrible. That's a terrible idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very good. That's a very good one. Don't
Okay.
quit your job until after you close
So
on the
after you
house.
close that house.
And even then, you probably
quit
don't
your
want to do
job
that.
till they hand you the keys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, wait, here's a quick question. And I get this all the time. A person, let's say they left their job
Yeah.
to go to a different job, same industry.
Yeah.
Do they now need to wait the 2 years at the new job?
No.
It's all the same industry.
It's as long as they can verify the job's going to continue. In fact, I've had they were going to start a new job 30 days after the closing. So check this out. The current job income, they didn't make enough to qualify, but the new job they were going to. So we just got accept the job offer letter. We were able to use that for qualifying income. Because as long as they start their new job within 59 days from the date that they sign, we can use that income.
Wow, that's great.
I really hope this fucking audio's good. Sometimes we film and our audio's messed up, but
gonna
I'm
be
really
good.
hoping
It's a
it's
good
good because
audio.
this is actually a pretty decent, informative episode, man.
This is
Good
a
content, huh?
Yeah, dude. That's not bad. I mean, like, yeah, I'm learning
You
stuff.
got anyone else got any horror stories?
Oh, yeah, dude. We
Please.
had somebody who fucking bought a car.
Tell us
Right.
about that one.
What's the one that our
Well,
agent's
they did
dealing
a
with
car,
right
and
now?
now all of a sudden they can't qualify
Yeah.
because their ratios got screwed up.
Yeah,
Because
their
new
DTI,
loan,
debt to income.
the new loan is on their books now,
Mhm.
and so it just messed them up.
Yeah,
It's
just say,
stupid,
Guess
dude.
where you're sleeping now in that new car.
Yeah.
A new car.
So don't buy
Did
a new
you
car.
give notice to
Don't
your
quit your
rental?
job. What else?
Yeah, don't do that. You don't get out new credits. You don't make any crazy deposits.
Don't run to the store and buy all new appliances the day before you close
Furniture
it.
shopping.
Furniture shopping.
Furniture shopping.
Don't go furniture
When
shopping.
somebody
until you
says,
get your
"Yeah,
key.
hey, can you go get measurements? I want to start buying furniture." No,
Say wait.
no.
Until you own that house
This is in a rental.
because you're gonna screw your
You
credit
need to
up.
wait for that, dude.
Yeah.
You're already thinking about not budgeting. It's terrible.
Yeah, I had a guy that had bought like a Lamborghini prior to closing. The payments were like $4,500 a month.
That's fucking wild.
He didn't qualify, and
That's
he
offensive.
ended up. He really wanted the house, and I said, honestly, you need to sell the car back to the. He did.
Take it back, please.
You know, and I said,
Take
you
that car
really
back.
need the car? Is it really like a need? He goes, well, yeah, image, fine.
But you don't have
get
enough
it.
money for it, obviously.
Yeah.
Image.
Listen, I found a 2005 Bentley for like $20,000. You could have did that. It would have been better.
Yeah.
That was good enough image, dude. It
Yeah.
looks sexy. Yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. That's
Wow.
crazy. The other thing is the big deposits. A lot of people don't know this, but if you are making a large deposit into your bank, the lenders are going to want to know where that money came from.
They are.
Yeah.
Just saying you got it under your mattress does not work.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
anymore.
so where did it come from before the mattress? What supplied it to the mattress?
Yes.
We gotta, everything has to be traceable. They gotta
Yes.
know where every dollar came from, right?
Yeah, it has to be what's called seasoned.
Oh, is
So
it seasoned?
You know,
Like-
so like Well, that means it's sitting in your bank account for what, 60 days or 90
Yeah,
days, something
yeah.
like
If
that.
you look at that most recent 2 months bank statements, and the money's going to sit there. The trick is the older bank statement. You want to look at the beginning balance. Like you don't want the beginning balance to say $100, ending balance of that month, 50,000. So if you do that, then you need to wait another month. So both statements have to show that the money was already there.
Yeah.
So it's and the reason why the large deposits, really what they're looking for is to see if you borrowed money, maybe took money out of a credit card, and 'cause then they'd have to debt them for, it. And they wouldn't use that money anyways. You're not allowed to borrow. The only way you can borrow money is if it's a secure asset, like let's say you took a line of credit on another property that you own, that's acceptable.
Or you borrowed against your stocks, right? Like if you had a margin account.
And just quickly, I think we should talk briefly about kitty condos. Okay. And how do you qualify?
We're back to kitty condos, everybody.
Whoop, whoop. How do you qualify for a kitty condo if you're a college kid, right?
So let's
Your parents
let
can buy
him
it
know.
for
There you go.
Yeah, and considered owner occupied.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the kid goes on it with the parents as a non-occupant co-borrower.
Yep.
Right.
They don't
Have
to
you
be in
heard the terminology before?
Yeah, I've been around.
You've heard kitty condo before?
Yeah,
Hot
that's
damn.
gone way back.
Yeah. Well, we are going way back, but that's
that was
what
like, especially way back, like when
condo
Boston
king.
University. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember him. Yes, I actually met him.
What, the condo king?
There was a guy called the condo king.
Khan.
Who
His
was,
last name's Khan.
Yeah, he was. He'd be on TV, be like, buy a condo.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to jail, but
Yeah, he
that's a
did.
whole nother story.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, because he had a shitty lawyer.
Yeah, he had
He was innocent, but a
he was
shitty
in
lawyer.
it,
Oh, that's
They're all
terrible,
innocent,
dude.
but
No, so yeah, because back in the day, like Commonwealth Ave, like BU, when they were short of dorms, right? People, they were like Howard Johnson's. Remember Howard Johnson's? They were people. I had friends that used to go to BU, and their
The
room
dorm
was
rooms.
Howard Johnson's.
Yeah.
And so the parents would say, we're done with this. They would buy condos for their kids.
That's smart,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they all
then
did
what
well.
happened, especially they timed it perfectly, not on purpose, but then when the kids graduated, they made a huge profit.
That's
Yeah.
what we're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
That's
That
Eric brought that
happens.
up in a few, like I think 108. We were talking about it, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's the best investment that you could do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because not only are you leaving something for your kids, once they're out, they can decide, hey, I'm going to stay in the city.
They could even get roommates,
Or
and
they-
they could pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I have,
attack the crap.
I have a person right now from California who actually bought this condo sight unseen for his son. I did FaceTime videos with him, the whole 9 yards, and they just came up for literally the closing. And he bought it for $550, and we just did a CMA on it for it comes out at $850.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous place on a Fenway, 2-bed, 2-bath with a parking spot and a nice building right around the corner from Fenway Park on Peterborough Street. And we're just waiting. We're gonna probably list it in a week or two. And
in an
he
elevator building.
Yeah.
he literally paid for his son's college.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By buying this unit, and the kid had to live somewhere for the
Made
last 3 years.
all his money back,
All
dude.
his money back, all the money put in college.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, came
and-
back.
and
Yeah,
got
that's
it
pretty
all-
dope.
Getting it all back.
Yeah. So if y'all are smart and you have the means to,
Buy a kitty condo for your
kitty
kid.
condo,
And if
do
you have
it.
a kid
Yeah, and if you have a kid, you can't do that with your
or your
pets.
dog.
I know. I mean, I can.
Well,
back in the day,
technically,
right?
people do it all the time. They're investors and they've rented the college
Yeah,
kids.
that's
You don't
right.
have to have kids
Yeah.
to make these investments.
But if you have a kid and you're sending them off, tell them to rent
And
it
you'd
out
like to get
their
your
friends.
tuition back.
Mhm.
This is the way you can do it. Finagle it.
I mean,
as
it's
they would
pretty
say.
good, dude. I mean, average rent in Boston, you buy your kid a 2-bed, you could
Yeah.
probably get like $1,200 at least
Yeah.
for the other
And
bedroom.
Every
helping
school in
you out with the
Boston
mortgage.
is pretty between probably 50 and 80,000 that parents. So they're spending 70, 80 grand to go to Leslie or go to Northeastern. Or
Dude, even outside of dorms,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not just when they're in dorms. When they're renting out, dude, it's
Yeah,
costly.
well, they're paying 24 grand for the $2 grand a month for rent. And,
Yeah. You know why
So
Boston
he's
rents
out.
are so high? College students.
yeah. So
Yeah.
They
well,
leave
that's
every
why
year.
the
They
mayor
come back.
and a lot of the people in the city hall for at least the last 10 years have been on a dorm building boom.
Mm-hmm.
Because their mantra is like, look, let's get the kids out of the apartment into dormitory housing. Then there'll be more available housing for the general public. Rents will go down. But universities just keep raising enrollment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Still
doesn't really
costs-
help. Doesn't really help.
Yeah.
They didn't think about that. They're like,
No, they just-
Yeah, let's
It was a
help
good-
them
it was a
charge
good
more
concept.
money.
but realistically, all they're doing is getting these universities that are tax free,
They're giving them a bunch of money.
letting them make more money.
Yeah, helping them out.
Now, if they let an investor build a big building, at least they'll get taxes.
Yeah.
They let BC build a big building. They're not getting any tax.
And they'll get a lot of. I've said this a few times, but I really think that someone needs to step in from the government to like initiate more builds of multifamily homes. Supply something that like incentivize
they're trying
people.
to do that. That's the along the commuter rail and all that. All
Dude,
those communities,
yeah.
all the
Everywhere,
communities
yeah.
is trying to sue state of Massachusetts.
They can't do it. They got to allow them to do it within a certain miles from the commuter rail.
Yeah.
You're allowed to build because they need more of that type of
Yeah.
housing.
Dude, but I mean, like if you go down Blue Hill, right? You go down this, you'll see about like 10 lots that are buildable that are owned by the city.
Yeah. See, I think one of the plans that they really should do is they should have multifamily housing for people to own or occupy.
Yeah.
Have deals for people like special, let's just say FHA loans, 3% loans for people that they're going to live in a house more than 3 years. And because they get a multifamily or they build a brand new multifamily, they're not only providing a home for themselves and their family, they have a second unit for another family.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 units are hitting the market instead of 1.
Yeah.
And that can help out the community because you're getting more inventory in the neighborhood. And we're getting more home ownership.
She's
wants
looking
my
at
drink.
it. She's like,
She
"Dude,
wants
can
my
I
drink.
knock this over?
She wants it.
Wonder
She's been
what
chasing.
it looks like on the floor."
She's chasing that drink out.
Dang cat.
She doesn't realize that I'm allergic, but not to her.
No, she knows.
No, for some reason I'm not allergic to your cat.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Other cats I am, but
She
not.
rubs up on him all the time.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, honestly, she never does this when like I'm just hanging out or we're just hanging out. But when the camera's on, she becomes a little.
She knows it. Showtime.
Yeah, she is. I don't know the term. Something for a camera.
Well, I would have to say this was a great podcast. We brought up some really good ideas, don't you guys think?
Oh shit, dude, we're at 35 minutes.
Yeah,
All
this is a
right,
great
let's wrap it up.
Wrap it. Great podcast. We talked about some excellent things.
The camera again
What
fucked
to
up.
do and what not to do when you are applying for a mortgage. What
Sorry
you
about
need
the crappy camera,
to
guys.
apply for a mortgage.
We try to set up something different over here.
How to buy a real
get it
estate
better next time.
investment for your college kid.
You should
We
definitely
covered
do that.
some really good topics today.
Definitely do do's and don'ts, right? We did the do's and don'ts. Let's remind them about the don'ts.
Quit your job.
That's a super
Don't
important one.
Buy a car. Don't go shopping and get a bunch of, store credit cards
Definitely.
to buy furniture and appliances for your new house.
Don't rack up those credit bills.
So the caveat is that you can live your life. If you want to do all those things,
Oh, yeah.
you need to call someone like me first to see, will that mess up your loan?
Yeah.
We did just make it seem like you can't do shit.
You can live your life.
You got to live your life. Things happen. Your car breaks down and you need a new one.
We understand.
Yeah,
But just
just
Uber
ask-
for 2
ask
more
the
days
professionals,
until you
dude.
make the closing.
No,
Okay.
but he's right. He's right. Ask the professionals like John. Say, hey, listen, I have this idea. I want to go and get this. Is this
Right.
fine? Can I do this? And they'll actually tell you. Unless it's a crappy lender. And if you are in that case, talk to him. Can we put your information up?
Yeah.
Contact?
Why'd you Google me? John
Fine. We'll
Marroni.
Google him. Here's his name.
Yeah.
His name is going to be below.
It's right
You're
here.
fine.
And by the way, like us and subscribe.
Leave a comment. Do the stuff that you guys don't ever do.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you all
hold
for
on,
coming.
I gotta
Wait, hold
my
on.
little jingle. So whether you're bank rich or bankrupt, self-employed or unemployed, I can help you increase your net worth and finance your American dream.
Hey.
Now I got to follow up my call to action.
Okay.
If your background is anywhere from Yale to jail, pick up the phone. I'll get you a loan.
Nice.
From Yale to jail, dude. Yeah, that was actually very, very good. We
Very
need that written
informative.
up, dude.
Very informative.
I need that like written up and into like an actual little jingle.
Go broke
Yeah,
or
that's the call to action.
That's fucking amazing. That's amazing. We don't have one of those. We only have like subscribe.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
that was
wrap.
good.
That was good.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
All right, you did good. It was perfect.